everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Khofane. I'm Khofane Medise, and I'm joined by an incredible woman, a woman in sports. She's going to be sharing her insights, going to be telling us about her future vision. But before I get into that, hi, Desiree, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good, Fani, and happy International Women's Day to you and to everyone out there.
Absolutely. So you served as a former captain and now head coach. Is this an aspiration all along? Was this always part of the plan?
Well, as a player, you think you can play forever, but I got into my coaching badges and got the opportunity when Coach Vera came into the country to be an assistant. And when she left, I got given the acting job and then the full-time job. And as I say, the rest is history.
The rest is history. But have you seen a transition from then in terms of a pivot of growth, in terms of how sportsmanship is, especially within this football space? And I know that men get the men playing football probably get more support and so on. It's just something we're used to. But I mean, we've seen such growth, and I just want to know what your experience has been since then.
No, there's been tremendous growth. I think when I started playing, we had one league where I come from in Cape Town. Now you have a few leagues, you have Cecil coming on board, you have first Sanlam coming on board, you have Cecil coming on board, now you have Hollywood Bets coming on board. So things have really changed. I think it's changed slowly. Hopefully it can accelerate, because the next step is obviously professional league. We currently have a national league. There are 3 clubs that's affiliated to professional teams, Mamelodi Sundowns, TS Galaxy, as well as Royal AM, and that has changed, When I first started playing in the national team, 90% were unemployed. Now you have 99.9% players who have not 1 degree, not 2 degrees, maybe 3 degrees, because they've been given that opportunity now. You have university sport, is really, really key. I think, education in sport, I think you cannot, separate the two. I think they go together. You just got to prioritize because girls are now looking for life after football instead of just concentrating on becoming a footballer.
Absolutely. And I'm also thinking about how it's not just in terms of in Africa alone, but I know that there are challenges all over the world. But South Africa has been quite progressive, especially when it comes to women in football as well. So I'm just wondering what's stopping us from progressing even further in comparison to our Western counterparts.
I think most leagues on the African continent are not fully professional. I think that's a step to go, but also to make sure that leagues in other countries on the continent are happening. Because not many countries have leagues, and I think that is a start to go. I think, there's the schools league now happening, and there's a lot of countries now having that in place. But there's so many countries when we come to qualifying for WAFCON or we come to playing Olympic Games or U17s or U20s, trying to qualify for competitions, that we have so many countries withdrawing, and that is really, really sad. Because I know and you know that Africa is a gold mine. I think I speak under correction, but I think the first country or the first team from Africa to win a World Cup must probably be a women's team.
Yeah.
Because the game has grown so much. You look at the 2 highest world records for transfers. Is African, and possibly another one with Barbara Banda, Rachel Kundananji. Who would have ever thought that would be happening? We're getting our girls to play, in the best leagues around the world. And those opportunities are there now. It's not just going to join a team, but it starts here at home where more competitions needs to be created, not just for senior football, but also for youth football, because in U17 and U20, you only have the World Cup qualifiers. Then you obviously have the different regions. You have COSAFA, you have WAFU, and UNIFAC, and Central Africa, SACAFA, and all of that. So there needs to be more opportunities for the game to grow even more, because look at the opportunities that are out there for girls, and more opportunities should be created for girls, because when you look at how well teams have done in the last World Cup, first time ever, 3 countries getting to the out of the group stages, just shows you more can be done where we would be. Imagine if the game is professionalized on the continent. You don't have that young girl having to go and work now 9 to 5 or missing a game on Saturday because they work in retail. And I think that has got to change for the game to take the next level.
Yeah. And what support do you think is necessary? Should we get support from government in terms of trying to get us to progress, or does it come straight from the homestead? Do we need to involve businesses as well to get involved?
I think I would say all three.
Yeah.
Government getting involved, the federation getting involved, obviously corporates getting involved. You know, corporates are very reluctant when it comes to women's sport, not just women's football. I think for the longest time, Bananas had Cecil, but I think other sponsors must be saying, or corporates must be saying, 2 World Cups, you know, 2 successive Olympic Games, the last 16 of WAFCON. Surely as a corporate, you should be saying, I missed this opportunity, you know, and more should be coming on board. I'm not sure. I would like to sit in a room with a sponsor and find out what more Banyana should be doing, what more the national team should be doing to attract more sponsors, because I think they've done so well over the last couple of years, and maybe there's something that we're missing that they're not telling us.
Absolutely. That's such a key point as well, because it's symbiotic, right? We need to know how we can improve ourselves, but if you don't tell us, how we're going to get the buy-in as well. And in closing, what would you say, what highlights from your career would you say exemplifies everything you stand for advocating for women in sports and so
Oh my
on?
gosh, there's so many.
Yeah.
I think my first game for the national team at the very young age of 30, when I thought it was never going to happen. Our former president, Nelson Mandela, was released, and I got the opportunity. And not in my wildest imagination could I ever have thought that, you know, I'd become the head coach of the national team and we'd be winning WAFCON. I tried on a couple of occasions, you know, got a couple of silver medals, getting to the last 16 of the World Cup. I think that has been amazing. But I think for me the biggest thing is those players getting contracts abroad.
Yeah.
I think that has been big for me, because in 1 month, I think 6 or 7, during a COVID year, when players were signed abroad, I think that for me is success. It's not about the trophies. The trophies is a bonus. When the individuals gets award, that for me is success. When they're changing their lives and those lives of family members around them are getting opportunity to go play professionally abroad, that for me is success. When, you know, a player gets an opportunity to be an ambassador for something, or gets an opportunity to create opportunities for family members, that for me is success. Winning that medal, yes, it's big. You cannot deny that. Winning that gold medal at WAFCON, going to the last 16 is big, but the opportunities created around that is even bigger. Players get, like I said, the contracts. They're changing their lives of family members now through those opportunities, and hopefully through all of that, we can create more opportunities for the next generation coming through, for them to be able to change their circumstances and lives around family members.
Absolutely. It's all about impact. And I think your impact is very clear and it's seen all over. And congratulations for everything you've done and will do as well. And thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And thank you as well for joining us, and see you next time.